Hold on. This is God's verdict on a man called Job. God did not say to one of the demons. He said to Satan himself, the world consider me. Have you taken a look at the whole earth to see that there is a man called Job? God compared Job to his generation. Have thou seen my servant Job? There is none like him in the earth. I am not the first to compare people. God compare. That this one is better than this one. Are you as I'm saying? There is none like him. So God looked at his generation, the whole world. There was none like Job. This is God's testimony of Job. God called him a perfect man in respect to his generation. An upright man, one that fears God. He runs from him. This is God's definition of success. If Job can live an upright man on earth, you and I can. Am I talking to someone? Say you and I can. Now, the challenge we have today is that we have many Christians who are talkers, who are not doers. We are mighty talkers, we are not mighty doers. So, we have religious people. What makes you religious is that you have an idea of God, but you don't have the DNA of God. You don't have the life of God. You have the appearance of Esau, but you are Jacob on the inside. That's what makes it. You can quote scriptures, but you don't have the evidence of scriptures in your life. For the case of Job is different. You see, you can put on an attitude to deceive me, because as a man, I only see the outward. I can put on an attitude to deceive you. But this is not men discussing Job. This is God telling the devil, spirit, in the realm of the spirit, have thou considered my servant Job? There is none like it. Can God speak like this of you? This is why you read the Bible, you hear of the wonders they commanded. But in our generation, we don't have such. Because sometimes you read the Bible, you see certain things, and I'm wondering, what is happening to our generation? The same way you are struggling, unable to yield, the same way all of the rest are struggling. For God to find a man that is clean and pure is difficult. That's why when God finds one, He will kill everyone to make sure He's standing. Because to find one, can you imagine his generation? God found only one in his generation and said, there is none. There is none. It was not that day God realized it. It because Satan came, that is why I asked him. There is none. If you are a Christian, your number one pursuit should be for God to have a good verdict of you. Every Christian pursues God. If you are not, something is wrong with your Christianity. Every Christian seeks to know God more. Your hunger, your desire is to know Him. These are men that gave up everything to know God. They gave up everything. They gave up personality. They gave up reputation. They gave up friends. They gave up character. They gave up habits. They gave up their businesses. Things that were not of God, but they were enjoying them. They gave them all up to gain Christ. Paul said, the things I count as gain is I count them, Lord, that I may win Christ. That I may win Christ. You know, I've jokingly said, but I believe it. The rapture will not take place on a Sunday. Because on a Sunday, everyone seems to be holy. When Sunday is over, by Monday, as a matter of fact, you should prepare for that job Thursday, Friday. Because by Friday, many will go for different weekend. Next many weekend. By Saturday, they are ironing their clothes against Sunday. To worship a God you have no relationship with. You know Him, but He does not know you. Every time you call on Him, He does not answer. Because He does not know your name. He does not know that voice. He said, my sheep know me. He said, I know them. If someone knock on your door at night and say, please open, 1 a.m. Who are you? I'm so and the voice is strange. Will you open? I did just to see first. Be open. No. I don't know you. Has someone ever chatted you before? Maybe Facebook or those things. Where are you? Say you're not like planet Earth. You know, people ask, where are you? Where are you? Answer them, where are you? You know, some of you just say, where are you? I'm in Asaba. No, you're on planet Earth. You ask them, which planet are you coming from? But when a friend chats you, whether WhatsApp or so, do you answer the same way you answer a stranger? It's just, am I talking to someone? If you have relationship with God, God called Abraham my friend. You become a friend of God. But when you have no relationship with him, every time you knock, he asks who is there. God said concerning Job, there is none like him on the earth. God is looking for men like Job, looking for women like Job. Job is not the only one that walk with God. Men in the old gave up everything to gain God. That's why some of them you hear of, they don't hear of their children. They lost children, lost wives, lost reputation, lost businesses. They may not have buildings to say this is what I built, but they have spiritual treasures. Impact they made. That today we are talking about it. I want to ask you a question. We talk about Kachukuma. Kachukuma never had a church. Are you aware? She never founded a church. Are you aware? Talk to me. Are you aware? She never had a house to call my house. As a matter of fact, many of the time she was in debt. On radio program, she was in debt. But her impact still speaks today. After many years. Shasponcho, we talk about it. Georgine, we talk about it. Georgine died about 150 years ago. We still talk about him today. As though it's just yesterday. They walk on earth as pilgrims. They didn't see the earth as their home. They see it as their journey. The earth, they came to pass through the earth to their final home. Many of you know why you are in church. If you are sure you're serving God will lead to your death, no money, no blessing, nothing. Many of you will not come again. Some persons are in church because they look for solution elsewhere, check out nowhere. God has become the final master. The reason they are here, Lord, if you help me, I will surprise you. He's aware.